There's always gotta be one that's gonna fuck you over. Like this one right here. Broke off on the inside, so now it just fucking spins, so I have to cut that cocksucker off. Fuck me.
Alright, guess what we're gonna do today? We're gonna huff some gas and we're gonna change the fuel pump in our Jeep TJ. Now ideally when you change the fuel pump, you want to have the fuel as low as possible. Obviously if your fuel pump has failed, most likely that's not the case. However, I'm doing mine for preventative maintenance. First thing is, let's disconnect the battery and let's drain off the fuel pressure. Then we'll get to work.
You can disconnect either or in this case, but in my case, I am going to do the negative battery terminal. Disconnect it, put it off on the side like that, power's off. Now I'm going to bleed off the fuel pressure. There's many ways you can do this. A lot of people will pull the fuse and then start it, all that kind of bullshit. I don't like running my injectors dry, so move the cap for the fuel rail and then I just push through with the cloth, and then any little bit just kind of bleeds off inside, and they should have got it all by now. Yeah, there's no pressure left in the fuel rail. Now when you want to disconnect the hoses, there's a few ways to do this. You can remove the whole filler neck and everything down as one. So I ended up removing the whole filler neck and all that because gain access to this, because I did loosen off the clamp down there and I tried pulling the hose off, but over so many years of the Canadian winter, it just wasn't coming off. So I figured just gonna drop the whole neck down as one. So now let's get our jack underneath the gas tank. We'll get that prepped up so we can start removing some of the bolts, start dropping her down slowly. Once again, this is where a motorcycle jack comes in handy. My truck is jacked up 4 inches and 33 by 12.5 inch tires, so I have the jack raised up as far as she'll go, which is good. So now there's 3 bolts in front of the tank and 4 bolts in the rear of the tank, and we'll be able to drop it down. So I got one there, and one behind the track bar up there. So I'm gonna remove those 3 first. I got one off, and these bolts don't seem to be as bad as I thought. I thought they're gonna be evil cocksuckers and break off, but not today. That one there by the track bar, I just used a really long extension, 13 mil swivel to get at that one. You could probably get away without a swivel, just saying. Now on the back side of your Jeep, you got the threads with the caps, and then the other nuts. You only need to remove the 4 short nuts here. More bad luck, ended up breaking both those fucking clips. And just for mental reference, the one with the white cap goes on the short 90, and the black cap goes on the long. And I disconnected my fuel connector here, and it's one of these red plugs where you slide it out, and then I think I got everything ready. I can start probably lowering it down now. Alright, now it's time for the ugly, and I didn't do a very good job of filming taking out because you're going to have to find your own method. Getting that ring off is a real bitch, and getting it on is another cocksucker. Another thing you're going to have to do is that I broke these clips. They're so brittle, and they ended up breaking on me when I was taking them out. I mean, it's pretty simple. If you can get behind it and push those 2 tabs, and then gently lift up at the front to come off, but at this point in the game, they're so brittle that they just ended up snapping on me very easily. And I thought you could just go to Dodge and pick them up. No, that's not the fucking case. That's not the case. So I got one good one here. I got 2 more white ones there. I got the big evap one that broke. Shit's at this point in the game is not looking very good. Alright, so apparently this fucking clamp here doesn't want to come off that easy, but I got my strap wrench on her, so holy fuck. It really doesn't want to come off. Oh yeah. She's on there like a fucking cocksucker, that's for sure. Dirty slut. Alright, now that I made a mess of the fucking fuel. Alright, now we're ready to stick the new fuel pump on. These are the ones that I found. Okay, the evap one is a GM part number 21992746, and that is a 5/8 clip, and that is the one for right there. Now the white ones are Wix number CK11, or you can find the 4GM dormant kit part number 800-023, and it comes with both the 5/16 and the 3/8, which are both clips you need for this. Well, I think I'm ready now, so let's slide this thing underneath and start getting her back on. So as I'm raising up the gas tank, I'm attaching things at different heights. Like I already got the fuel neck plugged in, and I got that little line plugged in, and then there's another line that goes into the vent of the tank. And once I get it up enough, I'm going to put the evap on it, and we're going to worry about the other connections in the front. As I'm raising the fuel tank up, I'm checking for clearance. I already connected 2 of the lines right now, so now we're going to raise it up a little bit more, then get that evap line back on. I took the rear tire off to connect that evap line because it's not your friend. It can be a real cocksucker to get that back in. We got everything connected on this side. I connected the main fuel line last with the clips. The main one uses the white clip, and then this white one uses the black one, but probably not going to be able to see, so that's all done. Fuck me, this would be easier with 2 people. Oh yeah, there we go. Had to prime the fuel pump first. So far looks pretty good, doesn't seem to be any kind of fuel leaks or anything else, so pretty satisfied with this point. Gonna go get changed. We're gonna take it out for a rip, fuel it up. One of the things I should have did before I started up was prime the fuel pump by cycling the key on and off a few times, but oh well, she's fucking started. Let's go fuel her up and take it for a spin. Alright, you know what time it is? It's fucking beer time now. That's what fucking time it is. I must say, out of all the projects I've done on this Jeep, including pulling the motor, putting the lift kit in, replacing the fuel pump has been probably one of the biggest shit shows, or at least in the top 5 shit shows I've done on the Jeep. For one, having 2 people to do this job would greatly be a big help. Just because when you're lowering it or raising it, I know I didn't do a very good job of getting it on camera. I tried, but once I started lowering it and then things started catching, it was all like I had to do this and I had to do this and I had to do this. Next thing you know, I had the fuel tank down and I didn't really get it on film. So, and my method really didn't work all that well. Well, I didn't know what to expect when I was removing the tank. So there's a lot of shit going on, and you have to watch because a lot of those hoses don't stretch. And I broke my clips, and I put the part numbers in the video, and I actually made a separate video just for those part numbers as reference for other people, because if I know, I'm not the only one who's gonna bust those fucking clips. So I just took it out for a spin, drove it about 25 kilometers. Everything seems to be good. So I'm going to call the video at that. If you have any questions or comments, post them below. Otherwise, you're going to need some fucking few beers for this job. And make sure you have those clips before you do it in case you bust them, because they're brittle as fuck. Anyways, talk to you guys later.